Alright, hey guys, welcome to Lincoln Rock Reviews. Today we're just starting the Alice in Chains discography. So I decided to start with Alice in Chains, kind of just because it was a kind of a, I don't know, it was voted once, but there wasn't very many votes, so I just kind of just went with it. I figured it'd be kind of a good one because I'm very used to all of their albums. Today we are going to, like I said, we're going to be doing 1990s Facelift. It's the very first album, like, I believe it's the very first. I guess you can call the We Die Young EP the very first, but we're just going to start off with Facelift because technically it was their first major label with Sony BMG Music Entertainment. Let's just kind of jump into this. I will talk a little bit afterwards about some other stuff that I'm going to be doing this week. Okay, the album, this is probably one of their, like, best albums. It's got all the major hits, like We Die Young, Man in the Box, Sea of Sorrow, Love Hate Love, Sunshine, It Ain't Like That. I mean, those songs already speak for themselves, but they're all on this record. This is a 12-track record, and I believe there's only like 2 songs that I just kind of pass by every time I listen to it, and it's the last 2 tracks. Right out of the gate, we have We Die Young. We Die Young, it comes out, it's fast, it's hooky, and it's like, it just like catches you off guard when you listen to it, and it's just an awesome song. We Die Young is one of those songs that, like, you hear it and you're like, yeah, every time you hear it. It's a great song, it's a great track, and then it goes into Man in the Box. Man in the Box is hands down Alice in Chains' biggest hit. You could argue that some of their other ones are, but Man in the Box is their biggest hit. I got to see, actually the first concert I've gotten to see was Wingding 2014, and Alice in Chains was the headliner. When they played Man in the Box, they, let's put it this way, the crowd literally was about 3 times louder than the band singing it. You couldn't even hear the new singer singing it. By the way, the new singer, William DeVoe, kicks ass. He's just a great singer and guitar player. I don't think a lot of people are giving him exactly the credit he deserves because he's a phenomenal singer and guitar player. Then it goes on to Sea of Sorrow. Sea of Sorrow is one of those just, extremely memorable tracks. You listen to it and it was one of the other tracks that was instantly like a hit. Yeah, I don't know how to explain what I was gonna say. I'm just gonna go on to the next track. So the next track is Bleed the Freak. Bleed the Freak is actually, I believe it was written off of a song. No, written off of a movie. Sorry, I said that backwards. I can't remember the name of the movie. Like Blood from a Stone. I think it was something. I have to remember. I'll probably leave it in the description, so if you can check the description. It's one of those like cult classic B movies, but Lane, I believe, is the one who wrote it. He watched the movie and kind of made that song off that movie. Kind of wrote the song after that movie. And then it goes into I can't remember. This is a really good one. It's kind of progressive, but sort of progressive type of song. It's got one of those really like one of those choruses that gets stuck in your head a lot. And then Love Hate Love. This is probably, for a lot of fans, one of the best songs that they've ever done. if you ask an Alice in Chains fan about Love Hate Love, that is their 6-minute super badass track off this first record. It's very reminiscent of Godsmack actually made a song that's supposed to sound like Love Hate Love. It's called Love Hate Sex Pain, and it was purposely because they felt like, wow, this actually does kind of feel like that, and that's how that song kind of came to be as well, off of Love Hate Love by Alice in Chains, because Alice in Chains is obviously a huge inspiration to Godsmack. Then it goes on to It Ain't Like That. It Ain't Like That is one of those really just... This whole album has that, like... When you listen to it, like, every track is an instant classic. It Ain't Like That is definitely one of those type of songs. And then Sunshine, a lot of people know Sunshine. It's one of the songs that I know a lot of crowds react to really well. Just because it's one of those songs that I don't know if they play very often anymore, just because it is off their first album, and that's quite a few years ago now. It's nearly 20 years. Yeah, about 20, 25, 24 years. That's a long time. When you really think about it, that is a long time that Alice in Chains has been around. Definitely, then you got Confusion. This is a kind of more moody, atmospheric song. That's a really good one. I think did I just skip Put You Down? Yeah, Put You Down. That is one that definitely is one of those ones that, like, after you hear it, you keep like singing it in your head. It's got this really just kind of catchy the chorus line to it, and it's they're all within that. It's that definite album that you're like, this is definitely grunge, and grunge is like, for me, one of the best genres of rock ever. I love grunge. I love the style. I love the music that comes from it, and the bands that came after grunge that like incorporated that style and created modern alternative metal, which is a lot of bands like Breaking Benjamin, Smile Empty Soul, Evans Blue. There's just tons of them, like Seether. I can go on for a while, but you kind of get the gist of that. That's why I loved, like, this one. This album was one of those landmark albums that just set up grunge the way for what it was becoming. And it was just one of the best. It's hands down one of the best albums of Alice in Chains. Although I really love the LP follow-up, because there is an EP next. The LP follow-up, Dirt, I still will always love this album more. So yeah, that's Facelift. Like I said, there was 2 more tracks. I Know Something About You and Real Thing. I believe Real Thing was an okay track. I Know Something About You kind of reminded me of like a weird 70s type style. It's just one of those weirder songs that I think they just made for fun, as a filler. It feels like a filler, definitely, especially with the Real Thing too. But this album was, again, We Die Young, Man in the Box, Sea of Sorrow, Love Hate Love, It Ain't Like That, and Sunshine are like some of those like huge super hits back for Alice in Chains when they first came out, and that's what made this album just amazing. And definitely it's one of those albums you want to go and give a full listen to the album, and after that it'll be one of those ones where you're like, I have to buy this because it's just too good of an album. Okay, so now that we're done with the review, well, I guess I gotta give you a rating. Rating for Facelift. This album for me is a 9.5 out of 10. It is hands down one of the best albums out there. and I'd have to say it's within my top 15, top 20 favorite albums of all time. It's such a good album, and I listen to it all the time still to this day. And I got turned on to Alice in Chains, and this is one of the first ones I ever listened to. One of the first albums I ever listened to, which was a smart idea. I got turned on to Alice in Chains back 6-7 years ago. So I've been listening to this album constantly. I love listening to anything off this album for the past 7 years. It's just been, I believe Alice in Chains and Metallica were the two like main bands that I used to listen to really heavily when I started to branch off into more rock. And I think that's what really am I a thrash person or am I a grunge person? And I end up always going for the grunge side or the alternative metal side or the progressive metal side, and that's just kind of the style of music that I really like, and that's why I love this album. So now on to the stuff that I wanted to talk about. I want to apologize for not putting up these videos yesterday. I will have Facelift up today, as well as the SAP EP from Alice in Chains as well next, and then I will also have Metal Monday. I think I already said that, didn't I? I think I already did. But I will also have my top 10 list up today. So yeah, again, thank you guys for your patience. I'm making sure these get up tonight. So they might not all be super early, because it is like around 8 something right now that I'm recording this. It's cutting close to 9 o'clock. So I will make sure I get these up tonight. And again, you go check out Alice in Chains' Facelift. It is probably one of their best. And stay tuned for more Alice in Chains tonight, as well as 2 other videos. 3 other videos, my bad. All tonight, so that's 4 videos tonight. And then tomorrow is Wednesday, so you just get Dirt tomorrow. And I believe I'll actually pack in another one of Alice in Chains' because they have 8 CDs, 8 main records. So, yeah, so watch out for those. And again, thank you guys for watching.